Ndakwirire ti thero ndinario ae susikoki ere twasiragira wendo witũ ndukone tario rimo ndinaguo ae susikoki sweet susi wona njokete rekere ae susi koki kaile tu kamukamba susi Koki tutwale ni wenesa. My mom ne wahurukire wa mbere in 2004, May 5th. She fell ill, then was called by God. Then my dad followed her 4 years later in 2008, June 6th.
Hedino mama wanyora kwa ina miaka igana we?
Miaka 8.
Kwa ina miaka 8?
Yeah.
Papa wanyu nake ahuruka we na miaka 12. Na niwe first born. Riure mahuruka ri mwatigwo atia.
Okay, my mom ahuruka my dad ni abire koikania in the same year my mom died and we twaluzire both our grandmother and our grandfather. It was a terrible year, the year 2004. So with the loss and everything, my dad decided to remarry so that tugena mutumia
Mugena maitu wanyu.
Yes. Ogutuhe wendo tondu niendete muno tukorwo like loved. Yes, he really loved us. Unfortunately, it was the worst mistake of his life because the woman died mwega.
Your stepmother died mwega?
Died mwega. Na ni atonyarira muno.
Wewe mwana wa kahiri na maisha ni maritu hari. Wewe no guteithagia rather than your sister.
No jigene gai kana ginya no jigene mzai wako bro bro tiria tigiria kana cia tuheaga irio ya twacia kuria ni tukumenya mwico wa mweri tukuona kindu tungiria nona na ma auntie ya mi kathagu
at first ithu tutihota ngina kuhereria the graves and because we used to get there mundu akaja kwenye na your emotional like it was still a wound. Then you have so many questions, we were asking God so many questions. Like you notice like being an orphan is hard, Jeff. Being an orphan is hard. No he no gerere madhina na you have your parents na borake you have your parents, you have somebody to call, you'll feel at least.
But now
when both madhina you don't have somebody to lean on.
Arata as you are your father. Ongimera ate tondu ni murabanga gwika igongona April.
Igimera moke matu support muno igongona rene rituikarire tondu we don't have the financials. Tutire na connections iria menacio, so no tukene muno magi reach out matuteithiririe no April tuke yo anniversary. Gaya mateithe Jeff umwe wao ndore murata uke mutunyitirire ginya turirikane muthurio tondu akire wa bata.
Ihinda ria gucanjamurwo ona tarada inspiration mathekania ona mweke kuri andũ arĩa matoĩkaine kana platform. Jeff KURIA TV, be a champion.
Itogeni goko ni kwa Jeff KURIA YouTube channel ni kiumia kege na muthenya umuthe tugukorwo tugikiririkana njorua imwe ya wini. Muthuri ucio ari murata wakwa miaka miingi ndamukorire River Road na neinaga na nigurikana hiri twathiete nake Meru tutiarihirwo aho na nihenaga ga story gaka every now and then uria Makibi'S ahurire puru kuria Ngobo Meru o akinya 500 tukahisa ngari andu 12 tugicoka ithuothe Nairobi na ninite nyimbo nyingi muno Suzikoki hau niho turi thuna icio ciothe na tukiri na ciana ciake ni ari ciana ni ari Helen ni ari Ageri megututariria uria maundu makoretwo makihana miaka wengi yothe tugicokeria ngatho muthikiriria na mwiroreri witu gukorwo gitu follow thini wa Instagram Jeff KURIA 1, TikTok Jeff KURIA 1, Twitter Jeff_KURIA ona Facebook Jeff KURIA na YouTube Jeff KURIA. Karibu sana guko ni kwa Jeff KURIA turekodagira handu hetagwo Elation Resort Coffee Bar ni kuri bar ni kuri restaurant ni gukoragwo na kundu ngirekodera ido geda ni bona kama maundu magita macio guko Elation Resort. Karibu sana. Muthe tuna Helen, karibu sana.
Thank you.
Marito maku mothe no.
Helen Wajiro wa Makibi.
Helen Wajiro wa Makibi. Wina miaka igana Helen?
Miaka Eto ni magweta miaka.
Ni magweta kana getha riri. Mundu ngikora okay, kiuge no uge kana na we
mid 20s.
Mid 20s eh?
Yes.
Ayo ni late 30s. Ugigo ni late 30s. Leure uciarito ni Makibi James. Maitu wanyweta gwo
Charity Nguju.
Charity Ngunju.
Yes.
Na wale mwana wa kaigana?
Wa bere, I'm the firstborn. We have a girl and then a young man. Yes.
Muritu ucio ukorumirire tagwo?
Sylvia Wajiro.
Sylvia Wajiro. Na ke ucio ungi?
Leon Ngugi.
Leon Ngugi.
Ngoje.
Ngoje.
Yes.
Aha. Riu ugigiciarwo ta ciana iria ingi ciaciarirwo. Na ugigiciarwo ni muini.
Niguo.
Witagwo Makibi James. Wa kuma kuria Gatanga.
Yes.
Kuni ku ciarirwo?
Ni ku tu ciarirwo ithothe. Na twarerwo ku till we grew up. Yes.
Baba wanyu ahurukire kana mama wanyu ahurukire wena miaka igana?
My mom ne ahurukire wa mbere in 2004. May 5th. She fell ill, then was called by God. Then my dad followed her 4 years later in 2008, June 6th.
Edino mama wanyu rako wena miaka igana we?
Miaka 8.
Wena miaka 8?
Yeah.
Papa wanyu nake ahuruka wena miaka 12. Na niwe first born. Riu ri mahuruka ri mwatigwo atia?
Okay, my mom ahuruka my dad ni abire koikania. In the same year my mom died, niguo twaluzire both our grandmother and our grandfather. It was a terrible year, the year 2004. So with the loss and everything, my dad decided to remarry so that tugena mutumia.
Mugena maitu wanyu?
Yes. Ogutuhe wendo tondu niendete muno tukorwo like loved. Yes, he really loved us. Unfortunately, it was the worst mistake of his life because the woman died mwega.
Your stepmother died mwega?
Died mwega. Na ni atonyarira muno. Yes, but I don't talk about it sana tondu I'm not ready for that. It's an open wound still.
Riu ri miaka 12 ugo we class
that is 7 that year 8 actually it was 8 so because I did exam later that year.
Ni ugo perform wega sukuru? Okay, what the mu
270.
Ane jaga no akinyite 250.
I used to perform really well because I had 350s and above. I used to be number 1, 2 or 3, but because of the loss, I lost track of everything. The exam was like a few months later. Yeah, so I failed terribly.
Okay, wa. Owe tu wako sukuru?
Gatora Girls.
Gatora?
Coincidentally, like me with 270 need droga negwete, but it was a good performance to do that through thukuru jega. Yeah.
Okay, kigira thukuru. No ramuthomithia?
My cousin. Ni dathomagithio ni my cousin. Etagwo John Tufe. I'm very grateful to him. Yeah, ni ang'eng'ana.
Ugithii Gatora Girls? Ni uguthoma kuu?
Form 1 na Form 2. He died in and out of school. Told he didn't have a stable job. Could out a kuriha fee as he would have wanted or like kuria muda fatie. So I was in and out of school. But in Form 3, ngigwirira. Ngekate akigia wira nake. God bless him tukiota kuriha thukuru throughout. Yeah.
You na perform wega?
Form 1 na Form 2. I was going through grieving and stuff in and out of school. Rona time ya guthoma. So I used to fail. But in Form 3, when now I'm throughout in the school, the teachers too noticed. Then they became like mentors to me. Hari na madam ito Madam Jambi and Madam Kagai. Mahotire kudara wega, makinyitira, and I performed well because I scored a B.
Warikire na B. Riu guko thukuru ri. We kana karatirwo ni aciari akoge kanini. Kana wounded. Andu magithi mafanki we ni wakenaga?
Nitwathia mafanki. First of all, the first day dakinya thukuru, the students knew my dad. I don't know who told them, like, ni mami nyirenda kinya mwana Makibi. Unedeta go to mini concerts ko thukuru. Ngai ria donye boss ya my dad.
Wainaga ireko?
Kwaja medete susikoki. Nani iretu? Medete susikoki.
Wena wina nyimbo cia baba wanyu?
Pio.
Aina taina tuinire susikoki. Tuinire hau nene. Nama neho turi mumenyaga na rukurungi. Ai susi ndakutia ru. Huti icio.
Ndakwirire ti thero dinario. Ai susikoki. Ere twasiragira wendo witũ ndukoneta rĩo rimũndĩ naguo aĩ susikoki sweet susi wona njũkĩte rekerĩ aĩ susi koki kairĩtu kamũkamba susi koki tutwale ni wenesa
rwega runo rwo rwega haina go andũ mothe magokira riu ri riu no wakithoma mafanki ni urathie no wacokereria wega no kirikia high school.
Okay, in high school I went through a lot but I had like friends who were there for me. High school was tough. Something they don't say is life, like when you are orphaned, life changes drastically. Now you notice the things you do onaga. For example, to us it was normal for dad to come, give us hugs, talk to us. Akigeragetia ore augaga tukamenya ni akinya. Kadoga kila mtu wa.
Wewe na miaka wewe mutiganite na your sister ucio withutha miaka igana? Miaka iri. Your brother nake?
6, almost 6.
Almost 6.
Yeah. My dad used to like entertain us. He loved us, he used to hug us, etc. So now you miss that. So in high school I used to hate KURIA.
Visiting. Oh, yetoraro maoka kusero hau ni aciari yao.
They were sad. I remember one visiting. I in Form 3 when I started improving, like the second term to Keheo presents. So I was best improved in all subjects. So you see, ni dad ndao taguthoma riu na I'm in school continuously. So I was actually best improved in all the subjects and best in math and English and history. So I had so many trophies. I had almost like 5 trophies. Now no draw ya Dewika. Then one mother like noticed, she was sitting out there. And then when I was being given the 6th one, and I felt so nice. I was crying. I felt so nice. Mutumio Sedumoe, no, she really touched my heart.
Rari karate iri. Mama wanyu na kwiraga ni aguka. Riu niwe we ndungimenya uguo. Mama wanyu na kwiraga ni aguka na ndeguka. Tukureherwo kindu. Tukindu kureherwo 1 2 Haragi mamoka na mamu wako na mama raigua wega ukona ugati uyu mama yake leo akukuja wagitwo hau akwa andu marahe mugate mugima wakiheo gakuota. Anyway, those were the days. Riu ugikiriki high school wale kio guthiko
direct I had to stay at home for a while and to dare ukona how we will be able to raise fee. A relative of mine called me to her place. No yora mwana ikaraga home tikare nake before we knew how to do things. So we stayed life experiences and character development.
By who? By boys? Okay, mugothe character development ni boys?
Si boys.
No.
Ni maisa. It's a bit hard to stay with the relatives and how you like want, how you desire relatives to like Syria, they will fill the void that the parents left and it's not possible. No one can fill that void. The way you see how the kids are taken care of, how they are relating to the parents and you're missing that, you notice that. Like that, you notice, hey, we have lost people.
For how long?
A little while, like a semester. She helped me, my auntie, get the campus.
Or the campus?
Kenyatta University. I did economics and finance.
Yeah? What many rather of you in either? Yeah?
Pew.
Mother Funurani Tafu.
Wow. Apparently I love studying and math more than other things. So I enjoyed it.
Yes.
And in
Okay, first year?
First year was good. Then I had to call off a number of semesters because of
Kedifa.
Yes. Nuhere atwaga fee, kadifa, ikoneka gasoka, etc. Yeah, so I ended up studying for like 6 years and a couple of months. Course ya miaka ina.
Wala. Yeah? No Gerekia.
Na Gerekia, God is good. Gerekia in 2019 I graduated in December.
Wewe muikono no aruta no nire wira.
December ne ti eno. Ne gutia kia COVID. Kenya ni uko na wira.
Oh.
Hakuna job. I used to tell my siblings, and I actually had said this before, Dari kia ni ugo.
Ndona wira. Ude muthomithite na stress.
Ndega bro. Uriwa kugura Subaru.
Subaru boys.
They get the crew and you'll get what you want.
Yes.
Hey, life hit me hard. Because that is the time I felt like now I'm depressed. I went through severe depression. At first, I didn't know. I don't need the stress. Like when you go through a lot of stuff, we see not to stress. Until now, I started experiencing consistent suicidal thoughts. And I told a friend of mine, my best friend, Akijira, that is not normal. You have to go seek help. Yeah, and I did. I went through therapy and I was diagnosed, I was going through the depression for almost 3 years. And when don't look on me at that severe stage. But I was able to recoup. I'm strong, so it wasn't hard to get out of it.
But Helen, if you give up now, adora makorete igururi githitiana wagamena mamu hao wagamena papa hao. So if you give up,
I can't. I even used to tell them. There's a time I remember when I was in high school. I was going through a lot, and I asked my sister, on a due damura yaneke. I asked her, who Sylvia? Ogiorio na modo akoheba besa maige na nigorodiri available, like I'm not in your life, or I stay in your life but we still continue to suffer. What do you say? And my sister told me, "Ai besa siake. Without you, it doesn't mean anything."
So you have to be strong for those children.
And that is when every time I used to feel that, hiyo ndio ilikuwa inaniencourage. Then my siblings are the one who raised my siblings. Gona aya igithie. So it helped me be strong. And I survived.
Na wakinyira handu ukiona no wende kuririkana your father.
Yes. At first twendagwika a small event, twendagwika like a remembrance to Guria Mudarafa. To his grave. At first, we tutihotagina kuhereria the graves, and because we used to get there, mudu akaja kwenina, you're emotional, like it was still a wound. Then you have so many questions. We were asking God so many questions. Like we notice, like, being an orphan is hard. Jeff, being an orphan is hard. No he, no gerere madhina. Now you have your parents. Na borake you have your parents, you have somebody to call, you'll feel at least.
But now
in both Madina, you don't have somebody to lean on. You don't have somebody to call. The people you call, Marona, like you just want to ask. You feel like you're a burden. So I used to not tell anybody anything. Yeah. Neo.
Would you love someone?
Yeah.
No, I don't. As in, you those you are. You are brother and sister. No, I don't. No, I don't want to.
Yes, but it's I'm a tough nut to crack. Like I look for the slightest inconvenience because I know if I hurt or get hurt, ne kuni affect sana. Like I don't want to place a burdens over what I already have. Yeah, but I also look for somebody who is going to be way responsible than I am, because no one in my place, I'm already too responsible for my age, too mature for my age.
Yeah.
So I have to look for somebody who is above that.
So mukiwa mutigweka kaundu kanini mweka kiundu kinene.
Ithu twendaga gwika kaundu kanini then ngisemania na mwene gwetwo Samido. I gave him the idea. I was actually inviting him for KURIA Mutharafa and he told me, you cannot do something small for your father. When you were Makifi, no kana. By the people I met and the way they used to refer to him, the queen and surprise, I'm like, okay. With that one, our dad.
I know he was a good.
Now everybody is saying legend. Everybody is telling you their experiences. Tugisamania na oria Jose gatutura makajira. I had this and this. Microwa. He told me your dad was there and he taught me vocals. John Jaggi tells me like everybody is telling you how he changed their lives. There's an interview we did with Joy Masharia. She came to visit home. And after that, some people were calling me, Makajira Helen, I don't know if you knew, but your dad did this for me. Like he changed their lives. And after that, I was like, okay, let's give the people a chance to celebrate their hero.
So, niki mufagite na mufagite re?
Tufagite mwezi wa April. Yeah, dates to be confirmed and venue to be confirmed. Yeah, we are looking for like his fans and his friends to come in. We together, we do something huge. We celebrate his legacy. Yes.
Okay. Leo ni wale tena inyesha na magetekira? Othe nimetikirite?
Nimesawa.
Wewe unafanga ukaina?
Yes.
Wena nyimbo ciaku ni utungite?
Yeah.
Gospel kana secular?
Secular.
Kai kawaguire?
No, I'm still born again and I love God and God kuria dutete. Ora tugiaja kwaria haha. Ntukwaria na thiomi. Because he's great in my life. And honestly, if it's not for God, diwe kana tugiri haha. We have truly seen God's hands.
Yes. Like by the way, gudoma kuma primary school, gudoma high school, gudoma ginyo karikia university, that is.
Then you know when we were kids after our parents died, the neighbors at home, unfortunately were like, asio madhiro wo, sianesio nesio harera, like they expected we, like to dire. I don't know. They thought that. And even you would hear those petty comments. I remember when I completed high school, somebody super close to us said, hey, wajiro muheyo na mieri ere.
Age? Da? Oh, igai.
Then when I was studying in university, they used to constantly say, I dadire Nairobi ko, I don't know, kurura. Tigudoma dirathoma.
Oh, kwedia.
Kwedia. Like I'm just in Nairobi.
Loitering.
Yes. Doing nothing, not
dirathoma.
Yeah. Because they used to see me hustle. I used to sell some wedding gowns, sell some suits, dako anambe tu bagedia, whatever I see. Whatever kiria kirare nikyo dekaga back in campus, especially when I called off. So they used to see that. Then in their mind, it's like nimeenda too hawking or something, which is not wrong. But they used to make me feel bad. Garigo, hey, no ayare, no da graduate makugatia. So I was planning when I graduate, I'll do like a super big party home. Then direct yagiwaru drama rehera party niketa ki.
Party after party.
Why should I do that? Namatie da to kinyaha.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I have seen the hand of God, especially from last year, December, where I was. I don't even, I'm no longer like severely depressed. I overcame that. Yeah.
Okay. Mwari wa kana, nitugukwira niko turathie kuririkana Makibi'S. Makibi'S ni ainigi muno ona ithui. Riu Samido na matimo amwe matimo ithui ni twamukorereire kuria River Road. Muthuri wari mwega ciana ciake ci haha tukorwo twikiaria nacio. Abohayana na baya iria murahuthira yanyu tondu yaku ni kure ndona ni kureha githina yaku. Akorwo ni megukuhurira magigwitia.
0724 magwitia ki?
Magigwitia namba ciaku cia thimu nigetha magutware kofi.
0724 958206.
Sokera wega we.
0724 958206.
Mundu agenda gukuona hika na gukware kana hiya de gukorwe part and parcel ya program the event yomureka hihi when you're email you're Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on all social media as Helen Makibi, Helen with double L. Yes.
All right, sawa. So, nete ugogeda kuga, nete ugo hihi ogirikana about your father.
What's a very Okay, so one thing that I found about recently is how he actually assisted. Let's go through our friends and Nene, but in 1996, there's a time he was sick. And Akironi Dagetari, he's not going to Maliza 6 months. And Nita Metikirete Orosio. But through miracle, Akihona completely. So to give thanks to God and the community, like for praying for him, Akiana like Bori. Mukudu wita wanyere. Carrying a small school, children who are disabled and like orphans. Luma de ko marina Sami Muraya, na a friend of him called Warui, and they raised roughly 1.2 M in 1996. Now they started that school. It are friends of Alamano. Now imagine more than a trade. We want to visit. We just found out about it. Like we knew heka udwekire na hedu kureajiri ono tutue details Yeah, and I found that very encouraging. Yeah, even the stories 270 you remember after the election. Yeah, he was in the front line. Ya kuira duko akamera wherever there was. Kana almost see Makairo from there by their relatives and friends, and that touched my heart. That way, know but about it. But my sister, she used to tell me, because I was not around that time. She used to tell me, "Nyama encourage your camera. Even if I don't come back, just know I'm doing like I'm saving people's life. They don't have somebody else to do it." Hey, that touched my heart. Like I view him
differently,
like a hero. No, my dad is my hero to do a personal experience, but hearing that from other people, and that's like many people. Okay, yes, he's truly a hero. Yeah. Only I did economics and finance, but I ventured into researching and business consultants. Whether biashara okay warinani.
No kujikira ma research.
Jeff, utige kunywerekeria mai ugona gas juice. Besa cia kuciothe tweke biashara nawe. Yes. So utagira wira kuno kwandikwo kana kambuni yaku? No, I found a mentor, Aradita. He's a doctor in an NGO. He works with UN. He mentored me, don't be employed under somebody because you are intelligent and you have a high IQ. Let me teach you how to do it, then you do it. And I've been doing a bit of research.
Cheers to the doctor. Cheers to the doctor.
Yes.
Very good. Toshokia gatho muno. Airitu kwina andu matigitwo ni aciari yao makona ni makinyite mwisho. Maka give up, magateswo ni andu ao. Ni ate ungimera.
Alright, it's a hard one.
But just talk to them.
What I would like to tell them is, we were there and we know how it feels to not have somebody to call, somebody to lean on, somebody to show you love. I myself didn't even know what love is until when I felt the love I feel for my siblings. So don't be discouraged. Hold on. Just know that even if you don't feel loved by people, God does love you and is there for you, and you'll make it and continue holding on. You'll achieve everything you desire.
Okay.
Already kanega inide na mami wao.
Aiku.
Yes. And there is no one better to be a parent than God himself. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Helen wa Makibi. Tukere nake iguru rigi kuririkana baba wao ona ugo magikurite na mathina maingi na magakorwo mahotete gukinya hau. Ona andu keire we na aciari aku eri wina indo ciothe ciaku ugo thina mbere na kwirutaniria mawira-ini maku. Thank you very much. Tukorwo tukiaria na mwanake tucoke turigie na kairetu karia kao gacokete Helen na kwa gagitirora rugendo rukoretwo ruhana. Tucoke ngatho wagicoka mucii mawira-ini maku geithani.
Ningomagethia pio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Jeff KURIA TV, be a champion.
Tukwaragia na mwiretu uria mukuru wa Makibi James witagwo Helen wa Makibi. Rutwe na kihingada kia Makibi James. Kwero atia?
Utina.
Witagwo atia?
Tagwo Leon Guje.
Leon Guje.
Guje. Yeah.
Ne Guje ka ne Goje? Gunje.
Yeah.
We niwe mwanake ora munini wa Makibi
mwanake ora munene.
Why did you last born?
The last born in
the last born.
No, tukumaanisha ni kijana munene. Utakire kijana oge.
Mutire kijana oge. Maisha makoretwo mahana atia kuma riria baba wanyu ahurukire?
Maisha digio ni mego uguo. To mathina namo ni maingi. Kuma kuwa. Kebe kwaga nginya irio uguo. Andu kama menyera uguo gutire mundu nginya ona bata guteithia. And andu nginya makomenaga nonai. And life igituika uru.
Well, no hotire guthoma primary school? High school wekire atia?
High school ndathomia nginya hau form 3. Kuikona tumathina uguo. Ndiarekirie. Arabu thiciru ndracokereirie. Ndathomera Ngumbaru uguo.
Wacoka
guthii wega riu.
Norarikirie?
Nyorudire ndiakukurikia.
Oya hakukurikia. Riu uguo maisha ni marituhire muno.
Pio.
Riu wewe mwana wa kahiri na maisha ni marituhari. Riu we no guteithagia rather than your sister.
No jigene Ngai kana nginya no jigene mzai wako bro. Brotiria tigiria kana ocia tuheaga irio. Ya twacia kuria ni tukumenya mwico wa mweri. Tukuona kindu. Tugiria nonai. Na ma auntie ya mi kathagu. Tugathii tugekora ni twa survive.
Na riu ni murenda gukamuririkana April. Niki giki we wita Leon ongiririkana baba wanyu nakio kindu kimwe ongiririkana gia baba wanyu kana hi kindu kiria wiguaga gwikirwo?
Ni no juge prophet uguo. Kwariaragia gikuyu kigi gia thiini biu kia mataro mega. Na ni muthuri wa gitio.
No we ni wahora wati we wari muremi?
Ndari muremi. Umatene ndaraga thukuru ndi class out uguo ni gundambire mitugo. No ndacokirie raini. Ni nagiona tugo guthia.
Yes. Ni wiragwo utuikaga atiriri family ni koragwo na mundu umwe utigagirwo. We no uge ni watigeirwo maundu ni mzai?
No jugero nyine.
No uine?
Kuina no nyine.
Ni uraina?
Kuina.
Kuina robo tugite rwa gikuyu kana tugite rwa githweri na
rigirwo gikuyu.
Rwitagwo atia?
Kuina rwa Margaret. Kuina rwa Kenya bado. Na kuina rugirwa kuhikania we munini uguo nonai.
Kwaera kuhikania?
Asa no rwimbo kwandika nonai. Kutarana kiugu kiasi.
Ni gugakorwo na muthenya wa kuririkana mzai na hihi itirado event mere ni ukimere ura twakiririkana mzai na ukimete kwa jeshi ino yaku ukimete ona
muthenya ni mwaka wa April kwa mfago wa kuririkana mzai uguo mwe karibu muno. Mukenelele at least uguo.
Yes. Very good. No we do wa celebrate hindi mo ta muthenya wanyu?
Ni no ga celebrate uguo. Rikiri kare ona muno kumukira.
Very good. Asante sana. Ucio ni mundu witagwo Leon wa Makibi niwe mwanake uria munini na kwiragwo kihikira gikuru na ithe ni undu umwe uguo riu giki nikio gikuru kwa Makibi James. Tugicokia ngatho na wagicoka ugeithie acio angi Helen ugeithie muno.
Sawa.
Asante sana.
Jeff KURIA TV, be a champion.
Yes.
Wa Makibi. Kwa hana atia?
Tire na uru.
Uri ho wega?
Ndrega we hai wikeire atia?
Ndina mwathani? No mureyumiriria?
No tureyumiriria ni mwega.
Riu ri tukwaria na Leon, tukwaria na Helen. Riu we nawe maundu maku maikarire atia?
nie nĩ ndathomire primary no rĩu twagĩthomaga kwĩ mũthenya head teacher angĩokire na ibuku na nĩtagira wĩtwo rĩtwa koya bagi ũgathiĩ na kũmiembe-inĩ tondũ nĩamenya ndũrĩhirwo thukuru rĩu tũkaingatwo ũkerwo tũingatagwo Friday no ũgĩikara Saturday Sunday Monday ũgecokia ona ndĩrĩ twacoke we ũgacoka ũgathoma wĩigua nĩoka na ibuku rĩngĩ ũkeruta rĩngĩ ũguo nĩguo twathoma na Leon twarĩkia rĩu ndarĩkia nĩguo ngĩgĩa 303 ngĩtwo Gĩthũngũri Girls no rĩu ndikũ
we warĩ mũthomi
ithuĩ nĩ twathoma gwitũ twĩnyũi by the way
no warĩ mũgĩ kwanyu nĩ mzae
nĩ mam
mwanyu warĩ mũgĩ
rĩu ndetwo Gĩthũngũri Girls ndikũheo marũa tondũ ndirĩkĩtie thukuru so sister ya mam niwe wokire agĩclear school fees yakwa na ya Leon nĩguo ngĩheo the letters ngĩjoin Gĩthũngũri Girls ĩyo life now ndiarĩ easy tondũ rĩu nona we wĩ thukuru kwĩna indo atarĩ shopping ndũrĩgĩa enough of what you need visiting as Helen said gũtirĩ mũndũ gũka na arĩa maroka nĩ cousins ciakwa rũciũ ndarĩ wĩra aroka tu maybe na soda na keki arĩa angĩ marehirwo indo tondũ thukuru itũ gwarĩ na ciana citonga mokagĩrwo shopping nginya we like and you are missing a lot lakini you'll have nĩũracukuma tondũ nĩamenya ndũkĩrĩ na otherwise na ndathoma ndarĩkia form 4 ndagĩa na B-.
Ona kuliga B.
Ni
Sasa ni nini wale watu wanalipua school fees hawasomi? Sasa ni nini?
Ngetwo KURIA Bachelor of Commerce and Procurement ndarĩ nyingĩre 2016 no ndikũhota kũingĩra tondũ anjĩra warĩ ndĩhĩre akĩnjĩra I'll have to wait nginya Helen arĩkie campus getha ahote kũndĩhĩra school fees ndangĩhota kũrĩha for the two of us nĩ ndambia hustle gatanga ũguo ndaruta wĩra tũmĩkawa-inĩ
aya ona nĩ kũruga mĩkawa
ni na chipo kũruga chipo ngendagia na masmoki na makebab ndendia pio for almost 1.5 years kĩndũ 2017 anko yakwa Ũcago nĩ ahũrĩa wa Nyĩrĩ nĩanjĩra kwĩna sponsor sijui MP arenda gũthomithia andũ rĩu ngũthiĩ njuge ndĩ wa kũu ndikaheane rĩtwa gatanga kana anything niĩ na nĩndetwo mũthenya ũcio ngiuma ihenya ngĩthiĩ ngĩrwo vacancies iria ciho ni mambo na nursing hizo courses choose gwĩka clinical medicine and surgery nĩngũingĩra thukuru nĩngũthoma semester 1 na rĩu hakinya ningĩ nĩwĩka kĩgeranio gwatuĩka gũtirĩ sponsorship yarĩ hau you'll have to pay the school fees kana ũthome free until warĩkia ũgaikara kũu work for them ũmerihe mbeca icio wahũthĩre cia school fees rĩu ndaikara thĩ twa na family and stuff tona that is not appropriate tondũ semester ni 70,000 uko na 3 semesters per year ina equal around to 10 unasoma for 4 years na musaro ria marakuriha waruta wĩra tondũ ni diploma course ni around 20k rĩu ukona ndũngĩhota na kuriha ona ũngĩgeria ndũngĩhota
tondũ no gĩtũgĩre kũu mĩaka yaku yothe ciana ciaku irute wĩra kũu ciana ciaku ciana
no menginya icio twendio na merenga magũkũhe ithano ningĩ nyũmba irio staff nona ngĩona that won't work ndacoka ndambia ningĩ haso ndachapa haso ũguo nginya rĩu haha tũrĩ no haso ndĩra
rĩu wĩkaga atĩa
ndĩrarĩ presenter TV ne ukwenda wone icio show njikite ciarĩ njega mũno
TV ĩkĩhingwo kana gũgĩthiĩ atĩa
TV ĩraruta wega mwene akĩambia kũndĩha ũru ningĩ niĩ arandĩha nini na arĩa angĩ aramariha nyingĩ
kaĩ mwene ũyũ arenda atĩa nake
ndageria kũmwĩra nyonge narĩ gakiri nĩ arega ngĩmwĩra na nĩ ũkũnjetha rĩu ngĩinũka indo ciakwa niĩ
ũkĩhinga mũkawa
ona ndiathire wĩra ũcio
rĩu mũikara kũ
nĩ Thika
mũikara Thika kwanyu
gwitũ nĩ twakomborithĩtie nĩ ũndũ wa lack of money tondũ Helen twarĩ na the idea of ni 3 bedroom house nĩ twakomborithia nĩ tũkũgĩa good some pesa poa rĩu tũkombore kanyũmba kanini tũikarage tũrĩ atatũ icio mbeca cia igũrũ mandĩhĩre school fees tondũ niĩ ndaga gũthoma ndatũraga hakinyĩte handũ Jeff ndugaga anya ndiathomire yani I was looking down on myself nduga tio ndingĩka na mĩcita gĩthomire na arĩa magũite thutha kwa membere yakwa arĩa matarĩkirie thukuru membere arĩa yani kwĩna arĩa twathoma no magire madimaina na theci nĩ manaces maume na mbia rĩu ũkona without education gũti handũ ndĩrathiĩ rĩu Helen nĩonaga the only way kũndeithia nyume hau nĩ kũndĩhĩra school fees so after alafu coincidentally immediately nyũmba ĩyo yonire mũndũ covid ikĩhit lockdown ikĩhit nona kaso gakwa ni kahingwo kagoja ni gathira kahele ni gathira riu twagambia o iria turugaga cia thukuru gwatuka ningi tucoke bank tukarutaga tunini cia gu support na food and stuff riu nigo ndagire guthoma
no no wiragire ni wicoka muthenya umwe Ngai ateithia
ona ndagia mbia ciakwa ni ndicoka ona koko thia ndikandeithia ni njigua ni ndamisire kindu kwanza campus life uguo no ngacoka
okay baba anywe ni ate ongiririkana wake
dadi ari OG OG taru gatonyu ni kuruga gocanga na ku kigio na ku sani ya sangeri ya juru pio no dadi agiugira muthenya ucio sani odi kunyuo diginyuo oi kaine muno ni ando nari na influence yo ikaine muno tondu ni ekira Peter Kenneth campaign Peter Kenneth arua turaga gwitu I remember to 7 skuku aririre gwitu yani he was like
Kare murata wani
okaga muno gucerera dadi kogo
arata acio are your father ungimera ate tondu ni murabanga gwika igongona April
igimera moke matu support muno igongona rini rituikarire tondu we don't have the financials